Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Denver Broncos. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first down, Keenum. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off play action. Keenum. He's going to fire one deep over the... It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Denver. 52 yards. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Again, they'll throw with Keenum. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders from 4 yards out. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. On the right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On first down, Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Going up top for Kupp. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Samson Ebukam. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. So now back out come the Rams on offense. Second preseason game for them. They defeated the Raiders, who they'll actually see in the Monday night opener, but no Goff, no Gurley yet. Will we see them in the preseason?
That's been the big question, not just around the West Coast, but throughout the league. Will those guys play at all in the preseason? Because some teams are leaning more towards, we will count on you being ready for the opener and avoid injury during the preseason. We're now getting word that the Rams are going to probably play Jared Goff and Todd Gurley limited action against the Houston Texans. But we'll see. They won't play much in the preseason, maybe just a few snaps.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
On 1st and 10, Goff. This will be caught just inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Hey, 5.
From the gun, here's Goff. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Keenum on 3rd down. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Gong. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To throw on second down is Gong. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They go play action with Gurley. Now Gong. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. A second down carry for Booker. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go, let's go.
On first, again, they go with Booker. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Left side here to Sanders. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, right now, Charles, we sit in the thick of preseason, and, of course, that means we're in the thick of fantasy football draft season. So, the top five. It's good to have David Johnson back, Le'Veon Bell, of course, Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, Antonio Brown, all studs. Who would you take number one in a fantasy draft?
Oh, that's a tough one, but I would look at Todd Gurley and David Johnson as my top two picks. Johnson missed all of last season with a wrist injury, and with potentially a rookie quarterback there and a little bit of a rebuild, he may get more work than he can possibly handle. Todd Gurley was a beast for L.A. last year, running it and catching it. But how about a rookie by the name of Saquon Barkley with the Giants? I think he'll get a ton of touches. And Alvin Kamara, he showed what he could do last year, both running it and catching it. And don't forget, returning it as well.
Cut. 120.
Now a first down throw. Gone. He gets it to Gurley. Complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Super.
To the air again. Goff. Flush to his right. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee, and it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throwing on third. Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Booker on first down. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Keenum to throw on second down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Out of the gun, Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Gurley again here on first down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success. Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down. Here's Goff now on second down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter. And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big. And they got it there on the option play for a loss. On second down, here's Keenum. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call. Play action. Now it's Keenum. That's called left side by Jake Butt. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one. Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs.
Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Third and short, it's Booker. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Devontae Booker taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Forced out to his left. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. They got a man. It's Woods. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Right side complete. That's Woods. Touchdown, LA! Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
I just grab a nugget when I can.
And Denver getting set to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Keenum now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Booker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Right back to him on first down. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll hand off to Booker, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll run with Booker. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll pitch it to Booker. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Booker. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
That block had all the earmarks of a special teams coach who's been working on this for a long time, but kept it in his pocket until he absolutely needed it. That looked like one of those ones that just said, crucial, have to have it, and called it.
So something maybe you don't use in the 2nd quarter of a 20-point game, but here 4th quarter trying to seal it, you do.
No doubt. And those guys spend so much time on tape trying to find where the weak spots are, if they think there's one player that they can utilize to get through and get the block. In this case, he dialed it up.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and abundant. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching? Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.